everyone, Brian with Workshop Addict. Today I want to go over the Ryobi One Plus 18 volt 6-piece combo kit, which is part number P884. Now everybody's been asking us about this kit, mostly because you get so much for the cost. This is, I believe, $259 right now at Home Depot, and it's right in the price range that everybody likes to see. A lot of tools, good prices. So we used this while we were building a deck yesterday, and we were building it start to finish. We had a lot of cuts on 2x4s, some 4x4 trimming, deck pieces, composite boards, you name it, we used it in here. So I'm going to kind of pull it out and just go over what we thought of each thing as it comes out of the bag. First, we have the drill and driver kit. This is a 1/2-inch drill. Trying to think speeds. I think on high end it goes up to 1600 RPMs, and on the low end I think it's 440. There's a switch on top that you can switch from high to low. It does have a level meter in it, which reacts sort of slow, and I'm wondering if they put that in there because of the vibrations. Not something that we used, but it is interesting. I know a lot of other people have commented on how slow the bubble reacts inside. Does have a clutch system. I believe there's 24 different adjustments that you can have it, and the drill. Not bad. It does have a plastic chuck, but other than that, pretty nice. LED lights on the bottom, and it does have a little magnetic spot to have some storage for screws, things like that will normally stick to it. And it's a nice place to put things, kind of a nice thought. Place to put your driver in the bottom. Pretty nice tool. Wasn't the one that everybody was like, wow. It's a little slow to start up and probably doesn't have the most power, but not a bad drill. Next, and you'll see in here, this battery does not come with the kit, but was one that we had with it yesterday. This is the impact driver, and I'll put the battery back into it. It does have 3 lights up front, which were very nice to help illuminate different areas. It does have a place to keep your bit in the bottom. Again, another magnetic storage piece. Forward and reverse are right where the same place as the drill is. This has 1600 inch-pounds, and it worked awesome. We were putting in approximately 3.5, 4-inch lag bolts with it, and then we were using it for screws. Now, this kit comes standard with 2 compact batteries. We were putting some steps together, and just by putting some of the step treads in, which were about 33 screws, we drained the compact battery using this. So while the compact batteries in here are nice, they're not going to give you a lot of runtime with these tools, but they will give you about the same power. I believe the compact batteries are, these are the P107s. I believe they're around 2 amp hours. So the one thing, if you are looking into this kit, if you can find some of the larger 4 amp hour batteries on sale, it'll help you a lot with runtime. This was great, used by multiple people. Everybody loved it. It was not one of the tools that was sitting around. It was being used all day, and I will give them a good thumbs up on that tool. Probably one of the nicest tools in this box. The flashlight really wasn't used because we were working in the daytime. I did have this out at night. It is an incandescent flashlight. I'm going to compare this to one of my mini mags that I had 10, 15 years ago. Not great, not bad. It's a flashlight. It's not bright. We can turn it on here, but you're not talking about anything that's super bright. It would be nice to see this if it was an LED or HID, even as a little bit of an upgrade. It's nice to have, and if you're in a tight space, it wouldn't be too bright. You could still use it. Let's see. We have the reciprocating saw. We used a lot to cut through the composites to put in the posts. So this got used most of the day. Again, we have a larger battery on it, mostly because we wore out the other 2 earlier, in the single charger that comes with it couldn't keep up with it. The things that I really disliked about this was the safety, and also the fact that you had to pull out the tool that's here, an Allen wrench, to adjust the shoe. Other than that, it worked okay. It was more, you can really feel this tool that it was kind of like a shell around the motor. There's no anti-vibration, well, they say there is in the handle, but you can feel the saw work. I believe this is a 7/8 inch stroke. I believe it's somewhere around 31 or 3,200 strokes per minute. It worked well. Did not run out of power. The safety got me every time for some reason. I would be trying to pull the trigger and the safety was there. The way that you take out the blade is not horrible. It stayed in place, down and out of the way. The grips are good. I would say this is probably the second or third best tool in the bunch. Again, not bad, especially when you look at the price range. The multi-tool that's in here, and this one's kind of garbed up and has some sandpaper on it. The downside to this multi-tool is that you need another Allen wrench to remove any accessories that you put on. So it's not bad. It comes with a cutting blade, which we used, and it worked well. And it also has this sanding edge on it, or sanding pad, which also worked well. Now this tool works great. I just wish they came up with a different design for the quick clip. The blades fit in here kind of awkward, and there is another like multi-purpose setting. So if you're using a different type of blade system that's not standard, you can put it, grab it from the bottom. Interesting place to put it. It also has a place where you can hold magnetically screws or any of these other things that you're using. Does have an LED light. We got enough batteries around here. So the light's here, and this is compatible with some of the rigid Job Max tools. So this does allow you to have a little bit more expandability, and it's actually a pretty nice multi-tool. It worked great. It had all the power that we needed to go through. We were working on a lot of composite boarding. So pretty nice multi-tool when it all comes down to it. The only downside that I see really is the fact that you have to have that specific tool or Allen wrench to change the blades, and there is no storage for it on the unit, so you're constantly digging in the bag for it. Not bad. This does come with a sanding pad, I think 5 or 6 sanding blades or pads, and 1 cutting wheel. The cutting wheel is right here. And we use this quite a bit. It worked well. Pretty nice to actually have this come with it. Again, for the price, another great tool. The circular saw, this is a 5.5 inch. I believe it's 4,700 RPM, and I believe the depth of cut at 0 degrees is 1 inch and 9/16. We were able to get through some 2x4s with it, I believe, but mostly what we use this for is cutting composite decking. Basically, we were just going over some decking or some light wood that was trim pieces around the outside. It worked well. I think it would work better with maybe a little bit better blade on it as an upgrade. One of the things that was cool with it, and most everybody commented, was the fact that you had a laser. So when you turned on or when you push even the safety button to go over, the laser turns on. That was a nice feature because a lot of the people that were using it to cut, it made it easy for everybody. You just turned on the laser, and it's a very nice laser. It was bright. You could see it on all the wood. The grips and everything are good. Power was fair. I would say this would be a great saw for thinner materials with a little bit better blade on it. It might do some more precise cuts, but if you're just doing some fairly rough cuts with it, it was an excellent little circular saw. One of the last things that we have in here is the battery charger. This is a 30-minute charger, and Pretty nice little unit. It couldn't keep up with us is using the compact batteries, but once we introduced a couple of the larger 4 amp hour batteries, we had no problem keeping a couple batteries charged at all times. Nice little unit. I like the way they have the different LEDs on here to tell you the temperature, and then it's large enough to, they have 3 LEDs, but it also tells you what each one means and if one's flashing or if 2 are flashing. It's nice just to kind of throw it on here. And this one will charge their NiCads, the lithium, and their lithium plus in 18 volts. So as all these tools will take any of the older Ryobi batteries, this charger will also charge them. So that's nice. The bag is also neat because actually when you get the bag in the box, you kind of first think that all these tools must be somehow crammed, you know, perfectly in this box to get it, because the box really isn't that big. But the tools actually come in the bag, and I guess we do have some more of the sanding kits, and there is a little cutting blade, looks like a little metal one, and another metal reciprocating saw blade, and some other paperwork that comes with everything. I would rate this a pretty good buy for $259. If you can scope it out, if you have extra Ryobi batteries sitting around, that even makes it a little more worthwhile. There's somewhere around 50 tools that you can buy that work with this One Plus battery system. You know, in the price range that you're looking for, I mean, you're not getting professional grade tools, but you're not getting bad tools. The warranty on them is pretty decent. They're at most Home Depots, and at least where we're at, there's a lot of Home Depots in the area. So if you're looking for something that will cover a large basis, or if you're not taking on huge projects with these tools, but you just want to have some tools around that you know will always be there and work fairly well, this is a good package with a great price point. I hope this helps you out a little bit. If you have any more specific questions on how one specific tool here works, or if a tool will work for this situation, or how do you think it'll work, ask us a question in the comments area below. We'll be happy to get back with you, tell you how we've used these tools, not even now, but even into the future, and then possibly how it might work for your situation. We will also have a blog up on this with some more specific specs on each tool at WorkshopAddict.com. Also stop by our forum. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video today. I hope you have a good one.